Hi, in this video, we will check how to troubleshoot the slow performance of a reconciliation job. Many a times we see that the reconciliation job processes data slowly or it gets stuck at a particular point while processing data. In such a case, there are a couple of things which we can check. The first one is to check if the reconciliation debug level is disabled. We can check this from the new CMDB UI or CMDB portal as it is known. Go to Configurations, Core Configurations, then click on Reconciliation on the left-hand side and make sure that the debug level is set to error. We suggest enabling the debug level only when troubleshooting certain reconciliation issues. The other thing to check is if the private RPC socket for reconciliation is configured or not. So in case of a single AR server, we recommend to configure a private queue or a private RPC socket for reconciliation. In that case, we use 390.698 as the private RPC socket, and we configure threads for it. So generally, threads are configured as per the CPU cores. We give a maximum value of 16 threads and a minimum value of 2 threads. You can increase the max threads based on the CPU cores. So if you have more than 16 cores on the AR server box, you can give more number of max threads to the RERPC socket. So the threads for the socket can be configured from server information form. In the server information, there is a ports and queues tab. So here you can add an entry for 390.698. On this particular server, it is already added. You can give the min threads and the max threads as per the CPU configuration. In case of a server group setup where there's a dedicated server for reconciliation, there is no need to configure a private queue. So the reconciliation can use the fast and list threads of the AR server, since reconciliation is the only process running on that particular server. The next thing to check is if all the CMDB indexes are in place. So we have a list of out-of-the-box indexes for CMDB forms. So for that, you need to go into Developer Studio. So Developer Studio base development mode. And if you open the bmc.core forms, so for example, we can open the base element form. Under definitions, you can see the indexes. So here you can see all the indexes. So we have a list of indexes in the documentation which can be checked for this, and ensure that you have all the indexes created for the respective forms. Generally, the ones out of the box in the documentation are given for base element and base relationship forms. Apart from this, the next thing to check is the API SQL filter logs while the job is running and the reconciliation job debug logs. So using this, we can troubleshoot any long running queries. So by running the API SQL filter logs through the log analyzer, we can identify long running API calls and SQL statements. So with the help of the database administrator, we can fine tune these queries, the long running queries, which run during the job run of the reconciliation. So generally for the queries, we get the explain plan with the help of our DBA. And then based on the requirement, we do the required indexing or adjust the fields in the index. And the DBA can help fine tune the query overall. So this is true for both SQL and Oracle databases. For Oracle databases, there is an additional AWR report which you can pull from the time of the reconciliation job. This helps in troubleshooting performance issues for Oracle databases. Apart from this, we recommend clearing out all the records from the CMDB job run info form. So the CMDB job run info form holds error records for reconciliation and normalization jobs. You can search for reconciliation engine. If there are a lot of records piled up over here, those can be cleared. So in this case, we have no records here. So if there are millions of records or say thousands of records which cannot be deleted through the form directly, this can be cleared at the database level as well. Thank you.